Today I want to talk about Bionic Dance, Awesome Rants, Billzybobb, and all these things that are going on right now. Where people disagree with somebody on one thing and they seem to attack them over and over again. And there seems to be this tendency of late that kind of bothers me a bit of over accommodationism, where they want to accommodate people to the point where they ignore their faults. They want to be accepting of Christians. We don't want to all be, fundamentalist atheists or whatever. So we want to be there, and accept the good things about Christians. So we ignore the faults of many of them. Even the moderates have their own faults. No Christian perfect. No non-Christian is perfect. Let's be honest. I'm not perfect. I have things that people don't like. We shouldn't ignore the things that people do that aren't good. There's this whole idea going on right now about, is religion harmful? Should religion be destroyed? Should religion be ended? When I say I like to see religion ended or destroyed, I don't mean in a war or anything, but through reason, knowledge, and whatnot. We need to keep talking about these things. And there's this, I'd almost call a lie that I keep hearing that, religion gives people benefits, and benefits, that there is, that not all religion is harmful. Directly believing in God might not be harmful, may give people peace, happiness, and joy. But it's not that it doesn't come with disbelief in God. It comes with baggage. And that baggage is what can be harmful. Does believing in miracles and believing in God and believing that God has a plan for your life harmful? Not necessarily. But if it leads you to going to Benny Hinn expecting to get cured of your cancer and go through life believing you've been cured and die because you didn't get the treatment, well then that wasn't beneficial. Plus, there's almost this arrogant, I've heard so often with atheism. A lot of people have this idea that we shouldn't take a religion away from people because it's beneficial. It makes them happy, or people aren't ready for it. That's arrogant to decide that you're not going to tell other people about why religion's wrong because you don't think they can handle it. That's insulting to the other people. If they decide they don't want to get rid of religion, they decide. That's for them to decide. But I don't think we should be afraid of speaking out against religion because it might not be pleasant for people. The truth isn't pleasant. Truth is not always good to people, but it's the truth. That's an appeal to consequences. And, I don't know, with Awesome Rants and Bionic Dance, there's been this whole thing about, whether or not getting rid of religion would ultimately be good. Would it make the world a better place? And yes, the answer is yes, it would. Would there still be ideologies? Would there still be problematic beliefs? Yes. Maybe the level of problematic beliefs would be the same. But, there's an analogy I heard years ago, and I can't remember who said it, but I really liked. Saying we shouldn't get rid of religion because it won't get rid of all harm. It's like saying we shouldn't get rid of AIDS because there'll still be cancer killing people. That's essentially what you're saying. You're saying that because, you can't get rid of all diseases, we shouldn't cure any disease. If getting rid of one form of ideology would mean there's one less form of ideology for people to use. And there is one thing that puts religion above all other forms of ideology. It's the same source in all other ideologies, but it's something specifically unique in general to religion, which is God. All forms of ideology have a form of God, or, as I prefer, authority figure. Someone who cannot be questioned, someone who is above everyone else, that is the ultimate source of your beliefs, your ideologies, your morals or ethics, or whatever. If it's whether it's your parents or yourself, or your pastor, your congressman, your president, dictator, you name it. It's in a form with authority figures. The higher the authority figure, the less it can be questioned. The less anybody that follows it can be reasoned with. When you have God as your highest authority figure, whatever ideologies, whatever beliefs, whatever ideas you hold that you believe are from this God, they can't be questioned because there is nothing higher than this God. We see it all the time with fundamentalists. They worship their God, the Bible, or whatever. They worship it, and they'll outright say that God has said it, but God said it, that settles it. And if you remove religion and the idea of God, that can remove this ultimate authority figure, because people are fallible. People can make mistakes. But people's ideal image of God cannot make mistakes. So therefore, if it comes between you saying gays are not bad and are not sinners, not evil, that they should be allowed to do what they want because it's good, well, you're going up against the ultimate authority that says they should die. They're evil. They're sinners. And that is the biggest problem with religion, is this authority figure that cannot be questioned. Yes, some people manage to do it, but in general, it's extremely hard to convince somebody they're wrong when they've decided that they're following the perfect being that has declared something. And that's where I think it's a problem. Authority figures more than ideology is the source of a lot of these problems. North Korea, the huge, Kim Jong and his son, they were the ultimate authority figure. They were essentially gods in their own countries. And people realize that they're wrong because they're still human. I don't know. I just don't think that people really think a lot about these things. We need to try to push against any ideology, whether it's religious, governmental ideas, political views, whatever. Any ideology that is harmful should be pushed against. And we should try to remove the harmful ones. Comment below if you agree or disagree, but this is my thoughts on this whole subject.